Hi everybody, my name is Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food, living the keto lifestyle and loving it. I have a question for you today, which is usually what I try to do with my podcasts, unless I digress, which I often do. Do you find your attitude about food has almost made like this spiritual shift since you've been doing keto? Do you look at the items that you purchase to have in your everyday life, your keto under 20 or 30 or 10? Do you look at the items that you have with a newfound just reverence or respect, in the sense of like, I am buying this olive oil because it is just singing out to me what it says on the label, sounds really great. I don't think I'm being duped into fake oils in it, but still called olive oil. Are you buying it from a place that you trust? Like right now I'm working off of a Trader Joe's organic 100% olive oil. I trust it, and it's delicious, and I mix it with my macadamia nut oil. That's what I put on my salads every day. Or something like buying organic broccoli. It gets pretty expensive when you're paying for those stalks that you don't eat. Things like that. Organic spinach, which they say with the Dirty Dozen, you should always buy organic spinach because of the pesticides. And I don't know about you, but I have not hand washed a spinach leaf, much less a lettuce leaf. I have done it with romaine, but not with baby, greens, spinach, and the other things that you can get when you buy that mixed spring mix for your salads. But do you're paying good bucks for this stuff. And do you come to treat your body as, like, if I'm putting something in my mouth, say you were a gum chewer, a diet soda drinker, a junk food eater, and you would just assault your body, your gut, with all of these fake foods, these chemical foods, these who knows even what is in these foods, and you just really didn't care about the quality of the things you were putting in your body. And now, when you go to buy something, you can buy a package of hamburger for like, I don't know, maybe $4.99 a pound, but for $5.99 you could get the grass-fed. So do you do little upgrades like that with yourself? I've got probably a dozen or so little 1-pound packages of grass-fed burger in my freezers, my 3 freezers, that I can pull out at any time and enjoy. And I'm very happy to do that. It makes me feel good. I feel good about the choices that I make, and I don't have to have. It doesn't always have to be grass-fed or organic or something like that. Just what you sense is a good quality, and that these people care about what they're putting out. I had an article on organic and how, of course, it's exploded in the United States, and the people applying for the certification that can take 2 to 3 years to do. And so now, as they're in their process and they're making changes to their crops, these organic farmers, but they haven't been certified yet, there's a middle-of-the-road place where it's not GMO, plain old seeds, who knows where they came from, how chopped up and hybrided are they, but more, it's not 100% certified yet, but they're practicing. It's like the farmers are practicing how they will do their organic crops once they get approved. So there's that middle of the road where they can charge a little bit more. Do you even turn over things like the 3 packs of romaine lettuce and see what kind of care people have put into the growing of that, the shipping of that? There's so many different places. Eggs, too, I talk about my girls at Vital Farms, and I love that, and their newsletter, and the chicken of the month, or the layer of the month. It's just so cute. And you can be quirky and professional and organic and all at the same time, and just have a really good quality. If you have a limited amount of money to spend on your food, are you trying to get the most for your money or the best for your money? I mean, do you even think about that? All right, I hope that you're not buying the keto-fied, net carb, grainy things that, the keto people are tripping over themselves to get these keto garbage foods out. Somebody called it, in a comment the other day, they called it keto-venience. Loved that. Are you buying keto-venient food that still might not be, it's just, these people are rushing. They want those dollars because they know that we're spending lots and lots of money, not just the keto people, but organic people, sometimes the vegan people or vegetarian people that, are willing to spend $1 more for a dozen eggs. What's that come out to, right? Less than 10 cents more per egg. Is it worth it? Yes, it's worth it to me. I hope it's worth it to you. And so, do you look at it almost like a spiritual sense? It's like, and I don't mean to sound like totally out there. When I go to the nail place and I get my nails done by the Vietnamese, they have an offering, and they have the Buddha guy, and they'll have little offerings of like clementines or bananas or apples. And I wonder if they do some sort of little ceremony each day to like make an offering up to some gods or something of some, nice food in appreciation for what their life gives them. And I don't mean religious, I mean spiritual in the sense of like, when you start to begin to take better care of yourself, are you going to have something that has no nutritional value whatsoever, which is alcohol, or something like that, in lieu of like having something that is going to benefit you, like baby greens, and a nice piece of meat, or a sustainably sourced piece of fish that isn't pumped up with toxins and things. Are you looking for that now in your travels, in your journey? Would you rather have 4 ounces of a grass-fed piece of meat versus, a pound and a half of feedlot type of beef? And I admit that sometimes I buy things that are not grass-fed or organic, just because the cut of meat has more fat in it, and I know the toxins lie in the fat, but sometimes they just look so darn good, I buy them. And, I'm still working off of my freezer. I just try to be very, very careful when picking my pork and picking my chicken and picking my beef, along with, I buy the organic coffee. I think that would keep the mold down to a minimum. I don't know if organic coffee growers are worried about the mold in their food. I know that I kind of got turned on to that part when buying a lot of the bulletproof coffee, which I saw for sale here at our local Whole Foods, by the way. So if you wanted to try one of his for, I think it's $19 for, it's either the pound or the 12 ounces, you can. And then you're just you're in it for the pound. Woo! Didn't mean to make a little reference to a saying. But yeah, I look at my foods a whole lot more reverently. When I make like the calapo that I buy, I use that in my coffees. I use regular organic, unrefined, cold-pressed coconut oil that I buy by the jug at BJ's for my cooking. It's still organic, first pressed, unrefined, but the calapo is like, to me, it's like 1 grade above. And I put that into my coffees when I have my coconut oil there. So there's just certain places that, I don't mind the extra $1 or more for. Sometimes I love to go to Home Goods or TJ Maxx where they have those, it's like one-of-a-kind type of grocery items, and just read the backs of the labels of the spices, like the turmeric spice, and then the olive oils, and then sometimes some other quirky things that you just don't seem to see anyplace else. Sometimes the coconut oil organic sprays to like coat your cooking casserole dishes and things like that. So there's tons of just fun things that I just love looking for quirky foods that come from good sources and resources. And yes, I celebrate each meal that I eat. I dine. I don't just shove it all in. I have my little cloth napkin and my little plates and my little bowls and my little forks and my little paring knives. And, I do that. I learned that in Overeaters Anonymous. And that's how I eat my food. So 4 ounces of something on my Fiesta, bread and butter dish, it looks like a lot more than just thrown on a paper plate. Why do people use paper plates? Why? I don't know. They don't dine. But to me, I just love, having nice little things and enjoying the meal, kind of sitting at the table. And I think I got that from my grandmother because she dined. She was a diner. And if any of you saw Mother with Debbie Reynolds and Albert Brooks when she was buying not so nice jams, and he makes her buy this very expensive jam, it is hysterical. And, for a lot of us, it's kind of like us, not that we're buying jam, but go ahead, Mom, come on, treat yourself, and instead she's got the 30-pound block of freezer-burned cheese in the freezer that she shaves off, not the frost on it, but shaves off just from, the outside edges and tries to serve it to Albert. It's just hysterical. So, it all comes down to your choices. And do you look at your food now? Is your attitude kind of spiritually shifted to just have, just a finer upgrade, if nothing but in your head, of the items that you choose to eat today? I just think it's cool. So I want to hear if you're doing the same. This has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food, living the keto lifestyle one day at a time. It's tracked, it's weighed, it's measured, and it is delicious. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye for now.